Isabelle Huppert has been called many things: the queen of French cinema, the most fearless actress in the world, a chameleon of complex emotions. But labels cannot quite capture the mystique of a woman who has refused to conform to expectations, in both life and art. This Then versus Now. Biography chronicles the evolution of Huppert's extraordinary career from her early days as a rising French starlet to her transformation into one of the most respected, enigmatic, and prolific actresses of world cinema. Isabelle Anne Madeleine Huppert was born on March 16, 1953, in Paris, France. Raised in a well-educated middle-class household, she grew up in Ville d'Avray, a suburb of Paris. Her mother, Annick, was a teacher, and her father, Raymond, was a safe manufacturer. From an early age, Isabelle was drawn to language, literature, and performance. Her mother encouraged her acting ambitions, and she trained at the prestigious Conservatoire National Supérieur d'Art Dramatique in Paris, the national drama academy that has shaped generations of French theatrical talent. Unlike many aspiring actresses who dreamt of glamour, Huppert gravitated toward roles steeped in psychology and ambiguity. Even in her youth, she was drawn to difficult women, uncomfortable emotions, and scripts that offered no easy resolution. Huppert made her film debut in the early 1970s, but it was her performance in Claude Goretta's The Lacemaker, 1977, that marked her breakthrough. Her portrayal of a shy, withdrawn young woman earned international praise and set the tone for many of her future characters. Reserved on the surface, but emotionally volcanic underneath. Throughout the 1980s, she worked with legendary directors like Jean-Luc Godard, Every Man for Himself, Claude Chabrol, Violette Nozière, and Bertrand Tavar. Her portrayal of Violette, a teenager convicted of murdering her parents, won her the Best Actress Award at Cannes in 1978 and cemented her reputation as a daring and disciplined performer. Unlike many actresses of her time, Huppert was never concerned with likability. She brought a cool detachment and fierce intelligence to her roles, making her both mysterious and magnetic. Critics often compared her to an intellectual Catherine Deneuve or a European Meryl Streep, but Huppert was always uniquely herself. By the 1990s and 2000s, Isabelle Huppert had crossed borders, language barriers, and genre boundaries. She became a fixture not only in French cinema, but also on the world stage. One of her most iconic performances came in 2001 with The Piano Teacher, La Pianiste, directed by Michael Haneke. Huppert played Erica Coet, a sexually repressed, emotionally disturbed piano teacher engaged in a sadomasochistic relationship with her student. The role was raw, unsettling, and brutal, and it earned her a second Best Actress Award at Cannes. Her fearlessness in portraying complex, disturbing women made her a favorite among auteur directors. She worked with Haneke again, as well as with directors like Claire Denis, Olivier Assayas, Paul Verhoeven, and Hong Sang-soo. Huppert was willing to go places others wouldn't dare, and she did so with control, elegance, and insight. Then, in the 1970s and 80s, Huppert was a critical darling in France, known for her intelligence and emotional restraint. She took on characters few others would touch and was rarely found in crowd-pleasing blockbusters. Now, Isabelle Huppert is a global cinema icon, known for her longevity, bold choices, and unparalleled mastery of her craft. She has appeared in over 140 films, been nominated for countless awards, and remains one of the most influential actresses of her generation. In an industry that prizes youth and predictability, Huppert continues to surprise, provoke, and dazzle. She never aged out of roles but instead transformed with time, taking on matriarchs, eccentrics, and emotionally intricate women. Even in her 60s and 70s, she has headlined films that push the envelope of genre and psychology. Despite her towering status in Europe, Huppert long remained a cult figure in the US that changed in 2016 with Elle, directed by Paul Verhoeven. In it, Huppert played a woman who responds to a violent assault with unnerving detachment and psychological gamesmanship. The film was controversial but universally praised, and her performance earned her a Golden Globe Award and an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress. Though she did not win the Oscar, the nomination was seen as long overdue recognition. Her red carpet presence, elegant and aloof, captivated American audiences, many of whom were encountering her brilliance for the first time. Part of Isabelle Huppert's power lies in her mystique. She rarely gives away too much in interviews, and she doesn't participate in the typical celebrity machine. There are no scandals, no tabloid fodder, and no oversharing. She has been in a long-term relationship with producer Ronald Chema, with whom she shares 3 children, including actor Lolita Chema. The couple has worked together on several projects, and Isabelle remains deeply private about her personal life. Her discretion has only enhanced her allure, allowing audiences to focus on the work itself. She lives in Paris and maintains a close connection to the theater, frequently appearing in stage productions that explore existential and philosophical themes. Even while dominating world cinema, Huppert never abandoned the theater. She has performed in works by Euripides, Ibsen, Pinter, and Guinnett, Her theatrical presence is just as commanding as her screen work, and she is known for her discipline and exactitude. In recent years, she has appeared in a remarkable variety of films, including comedies, Mrs. Hyde, thrillers, Greta, experimental dramas, Frankie, and family sagas, Elle. Her willingness to shift tones and genres keeps her work fresh and unpredictable, whether she plays a serial killer, a disillusioned mother, or a misunderstood intellectual. Huppert brings her signature intensity and coolness to every frame. Isabelle Huppert's legacy is one of radical artistic independence. She has inspired countless actors, especially women, to challenge stereotypes and explore roles with complexity and nuance. Directors revere her for her preparation, intuition, and emotional availability. Younger generations cite her as a role model for choosing art over fame, courage over comfort. She remains a champion of art house cinema and a fierce advocate for storytelling that reflects the mystique of life. Critics routinely place her among the greatest living actresses, and film festivals often build retrospectives around her work. Yet Huppert remains humble and unassuming, more interested in her next project than any notion of legacy. In her 70s, Isabelle Huppert shows no signs of slowing down. She continues to headline films in multiple languages and countries, working with a diverse range of directors and collaborators. In a recent interview, she said, "I don't choose roles to be liked. I choose them to be alive." This philosophy has defined her career from the beginning. She is now more than just an actress. She is a symbol of what it means to follow one's creative truth without compromise. In an age of social media overexposure, her elegance, mystery, and gravitas remain refreshing and vital. Isabelle Huppert's story is one of relentless curiosity, aesthetic, daring, and unyielding authenticity. From her early days as a quiet presence in French cinema to her current status as a cinematic titan, she has never wavered in her commitment to complexity and truth. She redefined what a leading lady could be, and opened doors for generations of actors who now demand fuller, richer, more difficult roles. Her influence will ripple through the art of acting for decades to come.